I'm Ashley Apparocho, and you're watching Coffee with Catechists. Today, we are at St. Teresa's Parish in Campbellville, and today, joining me, is Melissa.
Hi, good morning. My name is Melissa Wong. This is St. Teresa's Parish, and I really love being a catechist, and I hope that I can share with you my journey.
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, like how long you've been at this parish, stuff like that?
Well, I've been here since I was a baby. I was baptized and confirmed here. I am 18 years old. I have been doing catechism classes for the past 4 years. I also have a little brother in attendance at the very classes. He's in the pre-confirmation class. I think that being so young in the classes has really benefited me, being that with peer pressure and all the adolescent pressures that we face today. I think it has pushed me in a direction where I'm not falling into the bad company, where I can show youths of today that no, maybe this is something better, rather than going out and doing things that are frowned upon by society.
So you're very young, at 18. How did you get started in teaching catechism?
Well, at first it was just to assist with First Communion classes. My confirmation teacher at the time, she had needed some help when the classes were on 2 different days. So during the week on Wednesdays after school, my brother and I would come and I would assist in his classes with the teacher at that time. And I did that for 2 years. And then the other 2, I had to do my service project for my confirmation class. And then they had asked me if post-confirmation if I would be interested in continuing to assist and even have my own class. At that time, I wasn't really, thinking about it as my call to be a catechist. But I really enjoyed interacting with the children. I feel like it's something that makes me feel so vibrant. To open up and to share with them the world and what it's all about, and what is acceptable and how you can still have fun. And it doesn't have to be just sitting and working and reading the Bible and everything's just so quiet. It's so nice to bring them out and they can play games. Because these children are very young and they go to lessons at a very young age. They're doing all kinds of different things where they should just be able to relax. And so for me to bring catechism in a different perception for them, it makes me feel good to know that they're interested, they want to come every Sunday.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I find that it brings a new dimension when you have another young person teaching other young people. And so it's more peer-to-peer than, the
superior.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Relationship.
Or I'm the teacher and you're the student, but that you're able to facilitate but also take part in experiencing what they experience.
Right.
Yeah. So when did you start?
I was in, I would have to say Form 3, so I would have been 15 at the time.
Oh, okay.
So it has been on and off for the first 2 years, or a year and a half approximately. But from then I've been consistent throughout it.
Okay.
So I don't see myself leaving it at any time, but I mean, with classes, studying and so on, I still find I'm appreciative that it's now on a Sunday, because I can get my time to come and give my part back to the community.
Would you say, or do you feel that you have had adequate training to be a catechist?
Not as much as I would have wanted, because I recently graduated just 2013. So with final exams and then with university and so on, when the workshops were offered, I was either in school or at an exam or lessons as it were for final exams. But now that I am more flexible with my schedule, being that graduation has finished, I'm hoping that this year, as one of the resolutions, to go to more workshops that are offered by Father Eddie. I'm really interested in that because my coordinator, Ms. Barbara, she had really tried to push us to do it. So I'm thinking this year I would really like to go get, into the workshop and get more training.
So what aspect of catechism then are you lacking in your classes? What could you do with more? Does that make sense?
It does. In terms of, well, I mean, we have our manuals and so on, right? But I would like to how do I explain it? To bring more into it in terms of I would like them to go more into the Bible. I mean, it's not just, their age, they might not grasp as much, but I want to be able to break it down for them, because I would be able to read and understand. But for me to bring it over to them, it's not always easy, because you try to bring it to a level where they can relate. So like if we're doing creation, you bring them outside, that's something easy. But when we get to the technical parts with, okay, well, Jesus resurrected and so on. So like for them, it's like, well, the dead doesn't come back to life. So you have to try to explain, well, okay, see, this isn't something just normal, this is something special and so on. So, but I think with the classes, they would be able to help me how to, bring that to a level where they would understand. So where it can be in simpler terms, and from that they would have more appreciation for the concept.
Oh yeah, I totally understand. There's something different about transferability, between lessons. And so something that you deliver to a post-confirmation class would be totally different to like the babies.
Babies, right.
Oh, that's great. So you said that you addressed that Father Eddie's classes were not at a suitable time for you. What other than maybe changing time of classes or offering it, at different times or different parts of the year, what other support do you see the diocese giving catechists?
Well, apart from the classes, it was just inconvenient for me, considering my timings and so on. But I think I can't really think of anything because we have been getting quite a good support from the diocese as far as I know. When we apply for something, they're here, that we have books, we have the things we need for them to do craft. In terms of those things, we're quite well off, I have to say, from as far as I know, because I'm not really into, that other section. But I think so far, the support from the diocese was really good.
What is your opinion on the materials used for catechism?
I think they could be revised, maybe, and brought more up to date. But it's good with what we're working with right now. But I think with all the modern stuff that's going on, and we could bring it up a little bit more. Maybe better books for them, because they've been using the same workbook in the same set actually, but in different classes, a different level. But I think maybe we can bring more into the books, not just coloring and drawing. Maybe we can have more searching into the Bibles, writing certain scriptures, learning certain scriptures from even younger, rather than wait until they're in another year. Because we can have the scriptures written simpler for them. So it would be better than just coloring and so on, so they know it's not just all fun and just coloring, but they have to have some amount of reverence in the work.
Yeah, I think that's actually a very good point, because it allows them to have a good, solid foundation in scripture and in Catholic teaching. And so if they're able to recall maybe a Bible verse or recall small little things, it gives them roots into their faith and their Catholic identity.
Right.
Have you faced any obstacles or struggles as being a catechist so far?
So far, yes, I would say I have. In terms of my children don't always come because the same lessons, the whole scenario, and I really think that we can have more parental support in terms of the students in my class, where their parents would actually be more active, not only in catechism, but I'm hoping maybe to see more parents, because it's like you take them to school, you drop them, and you pick them up back. I see the same thing happening here from my class. So I'm hoping that maybe when they stay back after class, the few that do, to wait on their children, maybe they can come and assist in the classes. They can see what their children are doing, and then just take it for granted that, okay, we leave them here, they color, they write, they play, we come back for them. And I've only seen 2 parents so far in a younger class. It's a very big class. I think that's heartwarming. But I think they should be more active in the parish community itself, the younger parents especially, because at the end of it, we are the future of the church. So I think we should have more young, children as well as adults partaking in the church.
Just out of curiosity, how is the young adult or youth in St. Teresa's Parish? Are they active? Do you have a big group? Do you have a small group? What is the situation here for the youth?
Well, for young adults, we have a youth group, a very active youth group.
Oh, very nice.
So they would have movie nights and game nights and so on. They take trips. It's very active. It's on Fridays. So I guess it's really good for them to come off of school. They come here. They, they get to unwind. Apart from the youth group, the young adults that we do have in church that aren't, in the youth group, I would say they're very active, whether it's collection, it's reading the gospel, I think so far it's been good. It's really good. I just hope that they continue,
Oh,
to
definitely.
participate and so on, because sometimes they start and then they drop out and so on. I really, really hope that they continue.
Okay. So it sounds like you have a very active and vibrant youth group here. Do you find that it retains the young people after after confirmation?
It has. I can say from my year onwards, when I had confirmed and the classes after, I have seen them. Actually, they established the class after me. They have established the youth group, and it has been consistent since then. I have seen the youths post confirmation. They have even come back to play in the choir. They're
That's
here
great.
doing readings. They're part of the reading group. They're very active, and I think when they have these bonds with the candidates that they had done confirmation with, and they can find something active to do in church, like they're dedicated to it because they feel like, okay, well, I have to come, I have to do this for the church. I don't want to let them down, and then I can still socialize after, rather than you just come, you sit, you go home. It tends to be like you're walking in a rut.
Yeah.
So I think that they have found that when they partake more, they're more comfortable coming, and they want to come because it's like they're looking forward to being active.
And like taking part of that community experience, seeing people that you know and
Right.
are, yeah.
So it's like they're a family. Like when we had the cleanup campaign to clean right out here.
Oh.
Yeah, we Teacher Sally, well, she had organized that. When they come, they're like, well, we did this together. So when it happened again, that all the littering started, they were very disappointed. They're like, we worked together. We we cleaned this up. We built something. We did something together. And then they were disappointed. It went down. So they would keep coming back. They would keep doing this, the Easter garden and so on that we would make, the manger and so on. They're really, really enthusiastic about coming and just being a part of it all.
That's great. I find that really develops camaraderie between the group, but also like they're more tight-knit and bonded.
It is. Because if you look at inter-parish relationships, St. Teresa's parishes, the youths in our group, they're always close-knitted together. We would socialize with all the people, but at the end of it all, we feel like, this is our comfort zone. This is where we belong. Like, we don't want anything to, like, come and take that away from us.
I guess last question. What is one thing that you've learned thus far as being a catechist that has strengthened your faith life?
Well, I mean, at such a young age, with all the pressures as in the world, I find that when I'm troubled and I'm confused, that I can always turn to scripture or what I have learned in all my years of coming to church, and things that have touched me, things that I've seen, and what makes me believe. So I think taking that away with me as a catechist, it helps me, like when I'm troubled, I can go back and say, well, okay, well, scripture says that and that, so I don't have to worry. And then it reminds me, individual, I don't have to follow the crowd. I don't have to partake in things that I don't think for someone my age as such. So I find that with this journey, I can be a better person, like live a better life and not follow the crowd and do things that are frowned upon.
You mentioned a scripture verse. Do you have one that you go back to?
Yes, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So whenever
Classic.
I am in need,
that's
I
a good
can
one.
always turn to Him.
Oh, well, thank you so much for
Thank you for having me.
sharing your thoughts and your experiences being a catechist. I think that we can all learn from Melissa's experience, that we can always continue to trust in the Lord and that He will be there for us.